Okay, we're going to start with Mark Rosner from the Associated Press. Mark?
Welcome to Austin. For both of you, how does losing a starter, a good player, a teammate, how does that impact you as a team and individually, maybe as far as what you can get done?
Yeah, I think that when you lose somebody on your team, it's heartbreaking because, the work and the dedication that she put into our team this year was remarkable. She's an amazing leader. She's an amazing person. She's a great basketball player, and she did so many things for our team. But I think that you kind of have to just accept it, and you have to understand that, she told us that she's going to be behind us. She's going to support us. She's going to be the leader that she needs to be off the court for us. And you just got to trust God's plan at the end of the day. God always has a plan for this team. God has a plan for Jess, and his plan is always the right plan. And so that's where we're going to go, and that's what we're going to do. And it sucks for her, and we feel for her, but at the end of the day, you've got to be able to, accept it, like I said, and we're going to support her just like she's supporting us for the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I completely agree with what S.A. said, and I think Carly coming in for her and starting for us is good for us, and we trust Carly as much as we trust Jess, and obviously losing Jess, it's hard, but like as I said, we just got to keep going, trust God's plan, and I think Carly's going to be a great piece for us as well. She comes in and she works hard, and she works just as hard as Jess does, so we believe in her as well.
So to clarify that for those folks that might be joining us on Zoom, you're speaking of Jessica Timmons.
Yes.
Yes, who has been lost for the postseason. Yes. That's okay. Next question.
Danny Davis, the Austin American Statesman. Either Aaliyah or Sarah, can you describe what playing in the SEC is like, and how did that prep you all for postseason play?
Playing in the SEC is tough. It takes a lot of grit. I came from the Big Ten, and I can tell you the SEC is more fast-paced, it's more physical, and I think it just prepares us for the NCAA tournament and playing other teams, because I feel like we are the most physical conference, and we're competitive and we're gritty. So I think just playing in the SEC just makes you a better person and a better player all around. So,
yeah, she answered it pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay, next question, please.
Roger Hoover with the Crimson Tide Sports Network. For both of you, you mentioned Carly Weathers stepping up in a larger role. You got to see her make the transition from high school basketball, of course, to playing college basketball last year. How about the transition now? What have you seen from her game this year? Now you've got to see all her Alabama career so far.
Yeah, I think that Carly is the type of player that what you're going to get from her every single day, every single practice, every single game. She's going to do the little things that it takes to win. She's going to get on the floor. She's going to go rebound. She's going to make the extra pass. She's going to defend for us. You never have to worry about the attitude that she brings. She's going to have a great attitude. She's going to listen to us. She's going to listen to the coaches. Carly is honestly like everything that you would want in a player if I was a coach, how I would kind of say it. She's a great friend, great teammate. Just the hustle that she brings, that she's got a great basketball IQ. She can shoot the crap out of the ball. I don't think people realize how good of vision she has for people. She can really find people, and her passing ability is a skill that she has, and not many people really notice that. And so I think that just being able to have someone that is going to bring it and is going to bring their 100% that day, you can't ever question what you're going to get from Carly Weathers.
And just to piggyback off of S.A., I think she came in last year as the only freshman, and we always joke we didn't feel like she was a freshman. She's always been a leader since the day she stepped on campus. She's an amazing teammate, and she is a leader, and she's vocal. And I think, what S.A. said, and just adding on to that, she's a really good leader. And even when she was a freshman, and just seeing her grow is amazing.
Next question, we're going to go back to Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman. Danny?
Aaliyah, you're one of the top three-point shooters in the country. This is kind of, I guess, a basic question, but what makes a good three-point shooter? Why do you think you've been able to excel at that part of your game so well throughout your career?
I would say Just my coaches and teammates finding me when I'm open, and my coaches putting me in the position to get me those shots. And then obviously just working on my shot and getting in the gym, shooting on the gun and things like that. So I would say those things.
She works really hard, like really, really hard. So her shot is not just she's not just a good shooter because she's just a good shooter. Like all the hours that she puts in, I see it all the time. I mean, she doesn't miss in practice, and there's a reason why you don't miss in practice because of how much work you put in. So she's not going to say that, but she puts a lot of work in, and I'm very grateful to have a teammate that works as hard as she does.
And I would say confidence as well, having confidence in your shot. So.
Yes, we have the microphone over here. Please just state your name and affiliation.
Leanza Peroni, Flow Hoops. Women's basketball has had a lot of eyes on it over the past few years, and that just continues to grow. What does it mean to you both to be a part of the growing legacy that is women's college basketball?
Yeah, I think it means a lot. You know, I feel like in a lot of interviews that Aaliyah and I have had, that's kind of the main topic is how much women's basketball is growing, how much it has grown. And I think that there's always room for improvement in anything that that needs to be improved. And so I think that with that being said, it's remarkable. I think the things that are happening across the women's sports with just people who are watching it on TV, people who are, young girls that are looking up to us. I think that for me, I've always wanted to inspire young girls because I had other girls inspire me when I was a young kid. And so I think that's the most important thing is, we're showing young girls that, you can go out there and play as hard as you want, be as tough as you want, and be yourself. I think that's what women's basketball is really about right now is just people are going out there and being who they are, playing how they are, playing what they, who they want to be, and they're not, shying from it. And so I think that's caught a lot of people's eyes, and it's caught that, we can be emotional in a good way, and it's not dramatic. And so it's been a lot of fun to see people like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and just you have so much respect for players like them because they're growing the game. We're all growing the game, and so just inspiring little girls is something that I think we all want to do.
We're now going to go to those media members that are on Zoom. Again, if you wish to ask a question, please use the raised hand function. Our first question from a media member on Zoom is going to be from Abby McCreary with the Crimson White. Abby?
Hey, yes. This is for both of you. I was just wondering, since you guys are more senior members of the team, how are you guys taking leadership roles going into this tournament?
I think just coming in and giving everyone confidence and just being leaders, communicating, and just coming in every single day at practice, competing, and just telling our teammates what we want out of them and like what is expected. I think both of us have been in positions. We came to the NCAA tournament. We lost last year. We know how that feels. So I think just having that experience and letting our younger players just know how that feels and know what's expected during this time is what we've been trying to emphasize.
Yeah, I agree with her. I also think that when you have older players, seniors that hold each other accountable, I hold Aaliyah accountable, she holds me accountable, it trickles down to your team. And so I think that's why we've had good success this year because everyone believes in each other, everyone trusts in each other, everyone knows that we want what's best for each other. Even when times you have to say the hard things, no one takes it personal. It's about, how is Alabama going to be great and how is Alabama going to play Alabama basketball? And at the end of the day, you've got to have trust within your whole team, starting from a senior to a freshman, and we truly have that. And so we're excited about the opportunity that we have ahead, and we know, like Aaliyah said, what happened last year was unfortunate, and you don't want to be in that same position. And so we're going to use that and just communicate with our teammates and understand that we can go and do something big.
Abby, do you have a follow-up question?
I don't have any follow-up questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you for the question. We're back to our media who assembled here in Austin. Name and affiliation, please.
Hi, Sam Ferris from Fansided. Sarah, you said you have to say some of the tough things sometimes to your teammates as an 8 seed on the road, down a starter. How have you rallied the troops, and how have you brought your team up to be motivated and be ready for these tough matchups?
Yeah, I think that it starts with trust. It starts with having faith. everyone on this team has a lot of faith in God's plan. At the end of the day, God has a plan. Whatever that plan He has for us is His plan, and we're all gonna be on that train and trust Him. I think that as soon as we knew that Jess went down, that we all just kind of gathered together and just told each other, like, hey, like, we've experienced hard times before. You think about the off season and conditioning, and you think about all the things that you had to do to lead up to this point. That's where you got through those moments. You pushed through those moments. So you know that those moments prepared you for moments like this, and those moments are going to continue to prepare you and make you ready for a moment like this on Friday. Because if one man goes down, you know that you have that next person to step up in line, because you've already had to overcome adversity throughout the offseason. You've already had to push through the tough times. And so I think that that's what you tell your team. You tell your team, like, hey, we've been here, we've done this, let's keep going. And then you've also got a player that's injured, Jessica Timmons, that is right there behind us, and she's not showing us that she's sad. If I was her, I'd be a wreck, and she's not showing us that. And so she's right there with us telling us, hey, you don't need me to be on the floor to win these games. And when you've got a player like that telling you that just got injured, it makes you have this type of energy and this type of just excitement that you want to go do something for her. And so we have something to play for. We've got something to accomplish, and knowing that we're going to go do this for Jessica, because what she's doing for us off the court as being an injured player, it's that just makes you want to just go. Like, I want to go play right now talking about it, but yeah, so.
All right, we have time for one more question. We'll go right here.
Roger Hoover again with the Crimson Tide Sports Network. For fans who are getting to watch Alabama women's basketball for the first time this year, can you explain what grit, love, and gratitude means, not just to both of you individually, but to this program as a whole?
Grit, love, and gratitude is kind of what it says. Like, we're going to be gritty. We're going to show love to each other, and we're just going to be, like, grateful for the opportunity that we have, every opportunity. And I think that just is what we're about. And I don't know if you have anything to add. It's kind of
just grit is just toughness.
Yeah.
Pushing through the hard times. Love is loving on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Even when things don't go your way, you still love on each other. When things do go your way, you still love on each other. And then just gratitude. You're grateful for the opportunity. Grateful that we are here. You're grateful that you are at the University of Alabama that has given so much to you. And you're grateful that you have teammates, coaches that mean so much to you. They do so many things for you, and that's what Alabama basketball is. Honestly, that's what, if you think about it, the University of Alabama is. The University of Alabama is where legends are made. It's not just on the court. It's not just in the classroom. It's in the classroom, on the court. It's who you are as a person, and that's where grit, love, and gratitude comes into play. And you take all those three things, and if you can do those three things, and you buy in as a team and really hold that to your standard and hold that as your motto, you can do a lot of fun things and a lot of exciting things.
Do you have a follow-up question? No? Any other questions here from anyone in the media? If not, ladies, thank you so much, Aaliyah and Sarah Ashlee, for your time.